the test squad joined up, a couple of weeks before that Zimbabwe test, and we outlined some plans and goals that we want to achieve, throughout this calendar year, and what an opportunity to start against, one of the best sides in the world in India, and 10 test matches that this group is really looking forward to.
And you mentioned Headingley. This is your first home test too. How exciting is that? But the prospect of playing in front of the home crowd, you'd have seen some classic games here previously.
Yeah, again, Headingley is an unbelievable ground. I've played a bit of white ball cricket here over the last couple of years for England and in the 100. But to be able to play a home test against India is going to be pretty exciting, and cannot wait to get going.
And do you see this period as well as an opportunity for you to cement your place? 5 tests in now. You've started really well, but is this a chance to kick on with the Ashes in the winter to come as well?
Again, I think it's a great opportunity. I've spoken before about the group of 10 fast bowlers that England have. A couple of injuries here and there, but we've still got a pretty healthy stock of bowling to pick from, and it's another opportunity in home conditions to show the different skills that I can bring to the team.
There's a bit of speculation over who bats at 3 for England. I appreciate you can't comment too much on that, and you don't pick the team, but has it affected the dynamic of the group at all, or are you all very aware and on board with the fact that competition for places is healthy?
I think competition for places is healthy. There's a squad of 14 and everyone's ready to go. Both Popey and Bethel have been training really well this week. So when the team is selected, whoever gets the nod there will be 100% ready to go.
And what are you expecting from India? It's an India side that's lost some legends, if you like, and there's a few fresh faces, some experience at the top of the order. What do you think they'll bring?
Yeah, look, obviously, Virat and Sharma are massive losses for their batting lineup. They've been experienced players over a number of years and, world-class batters. But, the depth that Indian cricket have and the quality and players coming through, they will without a doubt put up a very strong 11, and we're ready for whatever challenge that brings.
Some of the top order batsmen that don't have a huge amount of experience in England in English conditions. Could you use that in your favour? Could that be a weakness? They're quality players. Again, depending on what the surface plays like, I think any batter that you're bowling at, with a new ball or their first 20 balls is susceptible to getting out. So, whenever we have an opportunity at any of their top order batters, we'll have plans and processes in place, to obviously knock them over as quick as we can.
Right, I hope your toe's okay. Get a toe update from you perhaps, but in terms of those 10 test matches you were talking about, it's only 5 over the summer. Is it feasible for you or any fast bowler to play in all of them? Or are you thinking even now, look, maybe I have to manage my workload over the summer and maybe the winter ahead?
I think that's probably something that, we will continue to assess, after each game. Like I said, there is a group of fast bowlers, but from everyone's point of view and from my own personal point of view, whether you play 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests in a row, however it may be, all 5, you're making sure that, your body's 100% going into each game and just taking it each game as it comes. But, I'm ready to play now and we'll address those certain things, in the time to come.
Sure. I mean, this is a series where the eyes of the world will be on you guys, and just the fact that India are here ensures that. Where you are now in your life, Bryson, where this opportunity is, do you think you're in the best place to take advantage of the opportunity that you now have in the testing?
Yeah, I think so. Over the winter, I was dealt with different challenges in different countries and different conditions. So to be at home and to be in familiar surroundings gives me a lot of confidence. And again, I think it's a good chance to where our side is at the moment. A couple of younger players and slightly less experience. It's a great opportunity, to stamp down an authority throughout the series. Yeah.
And just finally from me, does every player almost instinctively just raise your game a bit because it's India and because of the attention that comes with that?
again, like I said, they are one of the best teams in the world. So to have that opportunity to play against the quality of players that we're going to play against, I think naturally as a sportsman, you raise your level and you want to be as competitive as ever.
We'll go to Rohit, please. Just pass the mic, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, you both. Thank you. Good work. Good work.
Right, you said about Ben sort of showing the different skills you can bring. Can you sort of put a pinpoint what you see your role as in this bowling attack, whether it be new ball, first change, enforcing, bouncing? How do you think your main role is going to be this week?
Yeah, I'd like to think, I can be quite adaptable, hopefully. Again, over the winter we saw slightly different conditions and different roles used. There has been a little bit of conversation around the new ball. But I'm sure over the next 24 hours I'll have more clarity over that, and it's an opportunity that if be it, I'm relishing the opportunity.
Are you a bowler who puts the hand up and says to the captain, "Give me that new ball," or do you wait to be told?
I mean, if that's the discussion around this first game, I mean, yeah, of course I'll relish to put my hand up and take that chance.
And just obviously we're on a new cycle now after that World Test Championship final. I don't know if you were watching, but is it watching the scenes as South Africa won the Mace and got over the line? Is that something this group is excited about, and is it feasible given all the difficult fixture stuff that we know about for England to be there in 2 years and do that?
Again, I think that's another long process. It's probably another 2.5 years until that all gets decided. But yeah, again, I think as a group, I think probably not looking that far ahead. Looking at what's going to take place this week here at Headingley.
Any more questions? Yes, Simon, go ahead.
You said before the Zimbabwe Test you met as a team, sketched out your hopes and aspirations for the rest of the summer. Can you just talk us through what they are, like beyond win every game? What as a group you hope to achieve?
I think when Stokesy and Baz took over the Test side, a couple of years ago, they obviously had a certain style of cricket that they wanted to play, and I think looking back over the last 2 years, what the Test side has done, you can never take away that they've played some entertaining cricket and they've won a lot of good games. So maybe just trying to become, taking a good team into becoming a dominant team, and what a better opportunity to do that starting against India.
Yeah, John behind, and then we'll go to the front here.
Brian, you mentioned the need to be adaptable in the roles that you play. Do you see it as part of your job almost to potentially change roles almost game by game, depending on what other bowlers you've got around you?
Again, yeah, I think so. I think when you look at the group of bowlers, there'll be guys to come in, throughout the series. So yeah, being adaptable and being flexible, around my certain role in the team is something that I know is probably going to happen, and I'm pretty acceptable of that.
Hi, Brian.
Oh, this gentleman here first, and then you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. We've got a mic, Rohit. Go ahead.
Hi, Brian. Given the onset of fast ball as well as the changing character of the English pitches, is it a lot more challenging for fast bowlers now as compared to, say, prior to fast ball?
In terms of the wickets?
Wickets as well as a challenge for the fast bowlers because of fast ball, the pitches in England also have changed a bit. It isn't swinging and seaming as it used to be about, say, 5 years ago. Yeah,
I think I think the wickets in England have, over the last couple of years have been good Test wickets. It's been, I feel like in England, if a batter gets in, he'll be able to score runs freely, but at the same time, you feel like you're always in the game as a bowler if you have good rhythm and you're bowling well as a unit. So I think the contest between bat and ball is pretty even at times. If that answers your question, I think.
Last one here.
Hi, Brendan. Brendan, many former cricketers, experts have labelled this English pace attack as vulnerable, inexperienced after so many injuries and retirements in the last few years. Do you agree with that assessment that that inexperience and vulnerability can play a major part in the series?
Yeah, I think there's no hiding away from the fact that over a number of years England have had Broad and Anderson as the main two bowlers. So it is slightly more inexperienced, but a lot of the guys that have come in and played Test cricket over the last couple of years have started off well, and that will give them a level of confidence. But again, having the likes of someone like a Chris Wokes, who has played a lot of Test cricket in different conditions against different teams. He's someone that brings a level of confidence and calmness to a group of bowling.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Bryson. Thanks, everyone. Stefan, we'll go.